Hey there, Cinemaster fans! Hope you're ready for some movie magic. Let's dive right in. The movie begins with a Japanese young man named Akira. Akira had just graduated from college and entered the job market. He was walking down the street, happy because he was on his way to the company he had always dreamed of working for. When he arrives at the company, he introduces himself to his colleague, and on his first day at work, he meets a girl named Otori and falls in love with her at first sight. After finishing his work, he sits with his colleagues, who had organized a small welcome party for Akira. This was an opportunity for Akira to get to know his colleagues better and strengthen his relationship with them. Afterward, he bids them goodbye, saying, "See you tomorrow at work." However, it becomes clear that this is not the time to go home. His boss tells him, "You all have to go back and continue working." Indeed, he returns to the company with his colleagues and continues working late into the night. He discovers that all the employees in the company must deliver their work on strict deadlines with no delays allowed. Even if the employees are forced to stay up for consecutive days working, they must complete their tasks before going home. Akira endures this exhausting routine for many months. He becomes completely drained, unable to sleep well. Sometimes he would return home from work at dawn. He was forced to obey the orders of his tyrannical boss, Kasuji. One night, Akira confides in his friend Kensho about the mistreatment he faces at work. Kensho advises him to look for another job, but Akira responds, "I don't even have time to send my CV to another company." We learn that Kensho was Akira's college friend and a very close buddy. They were the best players on the American football team. Unlike Akira, Kensho was very happy with his job. He became a very successful man, earning good money, and had time to meet many women. Akira becomes envious and starts to annoy Kensho with his words. Kensho gets upset and they argue. A few days later, Akira is waiting for the subway and passes by someone moving strangely. But Akira is so exhausted that he doesn't pay attention. The next morning, he wakes up to his alarm clock to start another exhausting day at work. However, when Akira goes down the stairs, he finds his neighbor eating his wife's corpse in a horrifying scene. He discovers that his neighbor has turned into a zombie and is heading towards Akira. Akira immediately runs away, but encounters another zombie approaching him. Terrified, Akira runs to the rooftop and climbs the metal structures, finding safety as the zombies cannot reach him. When he looks up at the sky, he sees a burning airplane crashing, with smoke filling every corner of the city. The streets and buildings are overrun with zombies. He realizes this is the beginning of the end of the world. The silver lining in all of this is that Akira is no longer obligated to go to work. This makes Akira happy and overjoyed. He starts thinking about the things he can do now and considers himself on vacation. He remembers Otori, whom he admired, and decides to send her a message. Otori responds and asks him to come to her house, sending him her address. Akira decides to go there and climbs down the pipes of his building to avoid the zombies. On his way, he sees two of his neighbors and asks if they need anything. They request some items from the supermarket since they can't go out. Akira agrees and then puts on his headphones, riding his bike towards Otori's address. On the way, zombies chase him, but he speeds up and escapes. When he reaches Otori's apartment, he finds the door open. He enters to check if Otori is okay, and indeed, he finds her unharmed. She hugs him and tells him she's not alone, pointing to a zombie in the house. It turns out the zombie is their boss from work, who was at Otori's house and has now turned into a zombie. He tries to attack Akira and Otori. Akira imagines himself in an American football match and attacks the zombie to protect Otori. Otori delivers several blows to the zombie and kills him. Afterward, Akira learns that Otori was the mistress of their boss at work. He feels disappointed because he was attracted to her. Suddenly, the infection spreads to Otori. She starts experiencing convulsions, her bones contorting, and her skin color changing. She rises after turning into a zombie and tries to attack Akira, but he manages to restrain her and confesses his feelings to her from the first day he saw her. He then leaves and escapes. At night, he returns to his building, climbs the pole, and attempts to deliver the items he got from the supermarket to the neighbors he saw that morning. But he finds that someone has broken into their apartment and there's no sign of them. It seems they couldn't survive the zombies. Afterward, he sits alone in his room, feeling despair over what has happened to the world. He realizes that no matter what happens, he too will eventually turn into a zombie. So, Akira decides to write a list of 100 things he wants to do before turning into a zombie. The first thing he writes is that he wants to confess his love to a woman. Since he had already done that with Otori earlier, he crosses it off the list, considering it his first fulfilled wish out of the 100. He then writes down other things he wants to do and decides to start accomplishing them the next day. And he goes to look to find out if the one who entered was a zombie or someone else. And it turns out to be a girl. She hits Akira because she thinks he's a zombie, but when she realizes he's not, she leaves him alone. Akira then sees a zombie attacking an innocent person, so he tries to defend the person by throwing things at the zombie. However, the zombie turns towards Akira. Inside the supermarket, Akira gets scared, and Shizuka hits the zombie with a spear, jumps on it, strikes it with a stick, and kills it. The zombie heads towards another area, so she activates a device that emits sounds and throws it far away. The zombie gets distracted by the sound and follows the device. Afterward, she takes the items she needed from the supermarket and leaves. Akira is very impressed by what she did and tries to talk to her, thanking her for saving him. She tells him, "I wasn't protecting you, I was saving myself." Akira asks her to meet him again, but she speaks sharply to him, ordering him to stay away. She tells him, "I can't survive with someone foolish like you, risking your life to save strangers you don't even know. With this attitude, you won't survive. The priority should always be to defend yourself, especially in the situation we're in." She then leaves him and walks away. When Akira goes back, he sees a picture of himself with his friend Kencho and decides to call him. Kencho answers and tells him he's trapped in a hotel room, surrounded by zombies, and can't get out, saying he might die. Hearing this, Akira vows to save his friend. He sets out to rescue him, wearing American football gear to protect himself along the way. He avoids the streets filled with zombies and eventually reaches the hotel where Kencho is trapped. Akira uses a device that emits loud sounds to attract the zombies' attention and throws it on the ground. All the zombies head towards the device, getting distracted. Akira takes advantage of the opportunity to enter the hotel, using the skills he learned from American football to evade the zombies. Inside the hotel, Akira fights off one of the zombies. Kencho, surprised by the sudden silence on his floor, sneaks out and finds Akira, who has finally reached him. Akira apologizes for how he spoke to him the last time. Kencho is happy that his friend came all this way and risked his life to apologize. But then, they notice the zombies coming back. Akira tells Kencho to stay quiet, and they quickly move to the rooftop, blocking the zombies from entering by placing a ladder across the door. Afterward, they go to a restaurant to celebrate their renewed friendship, eating and drinking whatever they want. After eating, Akira shows Kencho his list of wishes. Kencho tells him he still has a long way to go to complete his list of 100 wishes. Kencho notices that one of Akira's wishes, written before the zombie outbreak, was to apologize to him. He thanks Akira for coming all this way for him. Akira then thinks of a new wish and writes in his notebook that he wants to become a superhero who helps and saves people from zombies. He tells his friend, "This has always been my life's dream." The next day, Kencho is watching the news on his phone and sees that many residents in Tokyo have turned into zombies. Akira suggests they travel to a place called Ibaraki because there's a big fish tank there. Akira's plan is to get a strong shark suit from the tank, as the suit is durable and can resist zombie bites. Even if he gets bitten by zombies while saving people, he'll be safe, making him a true superhero. Kencho agrees, and they head to a small shop to gather supplies for the trip. Suddenly, a bus appears, and all the passengers are regular humans. They rush out of the bus, fleeing because one of the passengers had turned into a zombie. The zombies manage to bite a few of them in the chaos. Amid the commotion, Akira signals to the driver and two girls to hide in the shop. They enter the shop and find safety. Akira notices a girl fighting zombies skillfully and killing them. He realizes it's Shizuka, the girl he met at the supermarket. Shizuka finds herself surrounded by zombies, so she runs and enters the shop with the others. Akira and Kencho quickly shut the door. The bus driver introduces himself to everyone, saying he was heading to Ibaraki, specifically to the fish tank, because of rumors that it's a safe haven from zombies. However, what no one knew was that the driver had already been bitten by a zombie. The group decides to rest for a while. Rika and Maki drink the alcohol available in the shop, while Shizuka roams around to ensure there are no zombies. After a few minutes, Rika and Maki get drunk and invite Kencho to drink with them. Kencho agrees and joins them. Meanwhile, Shizuka talks to Akira about survival methods, criticizing him and saying, "You're all too reckless about the situation we're in. Reckless people like you turn into zombies easily." While they're talking, the bus driver turns into a zombie. They are shocked because they didn't expect it and weren't prepared. They quickly run away from him. Kencho, unaware and drunk with the girls, is caught off guard. The driver bites Maki, and Rika tries to save her friend but gets bitten too. Kencho starts running. Akira hears his friend screaming and rushes to save him. Shizuka turns on a radio to distract the zombies and plans to escape the shop. However, she finds Rika and Maki, now zombies, coming towards her. Akira and Kencho manage to escape but see Shizuka in danger, surrounded by 3 zombies. They decide to save her first. She was about to get bitten, but Akira and Kencho set the 3 zombies on fire. Shizuka is surprised that Akira helps her despite what she previously said to him. The three of them leave the shop and search for a car to escape, but none of the cars have keys. Fortunately, Akira finds a truck with keys inside. They all get in and drive away before the zombies can attack them. Shizuka asks them, "Weren't you afraid the zombies would kill you while you were helping me?" Akira replies, "No, because I want to be a superhero, and that's what superheroes do." They then head towards Ibaraki. At a rest stop, they practice yoga on surfboards, fly kites, set off fireworks, and even go to a sauna, all activities on Akira's list of 100 wishes. At night, she thanks them for helping her without being afraid because there were no zombies in that place. After that, they continue their journey, and their friendship grows stronger with each passing day. They become closer and form a united team. On the 10th day of the outbreak, they reach their destination, heading toward the fish market. But suddenly, the car's tire gets punctured by a trap on the ground. Kensho tries to control the car, but Akira falls and hits his head, losing consciousness. When he wakes up, he finds Kasuji, his old boss at work, in front of him. He is shocked to see him still alive and feels upset because Kasuji used to torment him at work. It turns out Kasuji has gathered many employees there and is their leader. Akira finds that there are a lot of zombies in the area, and strangely, it feels as if he's the boss of them, like he's running a small company. These zombies seem to pass by as if heading to work. At the same time, Akira and the others are hiding there. Akira explains that he used to work on fixing up this place before the epidemic started, and now he's chosen to hide here because of the outbreak. The place is full of fish, which means they have a good supply of food. Akira is thrilled to find the couple who lived with him in the same building still alive. Inside, Kasuji oversees everything, ensuring that the work is going smoothly. Akira also sees that Kensho and Shizuoka have become workers there. Kasuji tells Akira he has locked up a group of zombies between the poles to protect the place from surviving humans, making it a supposedly safe zone. Kasuji asks Akira to return to work, saying he needs trustworthy people to maintain order. At first, Akira refuses. He still wants to fulfill his list of dreams before dying, but then he reconsiders, thinking of his friends, and realizes this might be the safest place to be. He agrees to work. During a meal, Kensho becomes annoyed when he sees that the sick people are being fed better meals while the workers only get meat and bread. He is about to start a fight with him but is stopped by Kasaka, who warns Kensho not to stir trouble because Kasuji might fire them, and Kasaka has a pregnant wife to care for. Later, Kasaka secretly tells Kensho and Shizuka that if they want to escape, they can do it at night using any of the unused work trucks in the garage. Most workers won't miss them. They no longer care about the outside world. Despite their dissatisfaction, the workers still do their best in case they get a chance to leave one day. Lyle is fixing one of the car's tires. A truck carrying food from the supermarket arrives by Kasuji's orders. But when the driver opens the back, hidden zombies leap out, causing chaos. Guards are attacked, and prisoners locked in a cage take the chance to escape. Some fishermen fall into the water, and soon a massive shark appears and devours the floating corpses. Meanwhile, Akira, Kensho, and Shizuka are outside. Kensho tells them he's repaired the car and wants to escape immediately with food and drinks, but Akira refuses, believing it's safer to stay. He heads back to the warehouse. Shizuka finds Akira's notebook with his bucket list and goes to convince him to leave. She reminds him that nothing is guaranteed. Even this place isn't truly safe. She shows him the list of unfulfilled dreams and urges him to live freely, not like a zombie. Akira reflects on his miserable days working in a company and remembers what he still wants to achieve. Just then, Kasuji arrives and tries to stop them. He grabs the notebook, not wanting to lose his best worker, but Akira takes it back and declares that he resigns. He would rather be unemployed than work under Kasuji again. At that moment, zombies break into the warehouse. Kasuji pushes his workers to the zombies, using them as bait to escape. Akira helps Shizuka and they flee. They meet Kensho at the aquarium. Kensho, furious about how Kasuji used his employees, confronts him. Suddenly, a zombified shark emerges from the water and eats one of the workers. At first, everyone thinks it can't move on land, until legs sprout from its body and it starts chasing them. Panic spreads. Akira opens the warehouse doors to let people in. Kasuji hides while the shark attacks the door. He accidentally makes a sound, drawing the shark's attention. Seeing Kasuji in danger, Akira decides to help him, saying, "My dream is to become a superhero." Before leaving, Kensho points to a special rescue suit designed to protect against shark bites. Akira puts it on and confronts the shark, saving Kasuji just in time. Kasuji tries to escape but accidentally opens a door full of zombies. As he flees, Akira chases after him to rescue him. Surrounded by zombies, Akira remains calm, trusting the suit to protect him. But he forgets that while it blocks bites, it doesn't block pain. The zombies overwhelm him. Kensho, unable to defeat the zombie shark, decides to escape through a small hole in the wall. Akira decides to escape through a small hole in the wall. The shark tries to follow him, but gets stuck because the hole is too small. Akira finds himself surrounded by zombies, unable to move as they bite him everywhere. Shizuka appears and uses large speakers to emit loud sounds, distracting the zombies away from Akira. She throws the speakers into the water, causing the zombies to jump in after the sound. As a result, the zombies are trapped in the water and cannot escape. Finally, they get rid of all the zombies, and the three of them celebrate their victory. Kasuji appears and orders them to get rid of the shark. At that moment, the shark breaks through the wall and throws Kasuji aside. Akira runs to check on Kasuji, but in doing so, he makes himself a target for the shark, which bites Akira's hand. Shizuka comes up with an idea to save Akira by using 2 batteries to deliver an electric shock to the shark's brain. The electricity will be conducted through Akira's metal suit, making him the only one capable of carrying out the plan. The goal now is for Kensho to deliver the batteries to Akira without getting bitten. Kensho climbs to a high spot, distracting the zombies and luring them away from Akira. He then throws the batteries to Akira, like in American football. Akira catches the batteries, holds them in his hands, and punches the shark's head. The electricity flows from the batteries through the shark's body, paralyzing it completely. Thanks to Akira's bravery, they all survive, even Kasuji. The next day, all the surviving workers gather their supplies and load them into their cars, preparing to leave because staying there is no longer a viable option. Each person decides to pursue what they want and what they believe is best for them, instead of continuing the routine of work and servitude. Kasuji angrily tries to order the employees back to the company to continue working, but everyone refuses. No one respects Kasuji anymore after he pushed the employees toward the zombies. They tell him that Akira is a better leader than he is. Everyone abandons him and leaves. Our 3 heroes get into the car and hit the road. Akira drives and asks his friends to add their dreams to the list. Kensho says he always wanted to be a comedian to improve people's lives through laughter and humor. Shizuka says she wants to use the knowledge she gained from medical school to save lives. As for Akira, he thinks of new dreams to add to the list. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to get more new videos. See you next time.